there are lands the world map has never fully revealed the truth about. Nestled in the heart of the Middle East, Iran emerges as a land of contradictions and breathtaking beauty. It is a place where life often defies the limits of isolation, where ancient traditions endure beneath the pulse of a modern nation. This is a land of timeless poetry, millennia-old Persian heritage, and landscapes that have shaped civilizations for thousands of years. Yet beneath its ancient soul beats a modern heart filled with ambition, resilience, and complexity. This journey is not about headlines or assumptions. It is a journey beyond prejudice, into the true soul of a people whose history runs deep and whose culture continues to inspire. Welcome to Iran, the mysterious land behind the headlines. Spanning more than 1.6 million square kilometers, Iran is a land of dramatic landscapes. Towering mountain ranges like the Zagros and Alborz surround vast plateaus and deserts, shaping where people settled and how civilizations rose here. Iran's history stretches back thousands of years. From ancient cultures such as the Elamites to the powerful Achaemenid Empire founded by Cyrus the Great, Persia once ruled one of the largest empires of the ancient world. Over centuries, invasions and dynastic changes reshaped the region, yet Iran maintained a strong cultural identity rooted in Persian language, art, and tradition. In the modern era, the 1979 Iranian Revolution transformed the country into an Islamic republic, redefining its political system and its relationship with the world. Yet Iran is far more than politics. Its culture lives through poetry, architecture, festivals, and traditions passed down for generations. Today, cities like Tehran, Isfahan, and Shiraz blend modern life with centuries of heritage. Iran remains a land of contrasts, ancient yet evolving, traditional yet modern, a country where history is not just remembered but still lived every day. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Aghi Bam is located in the city of Bam, in Kerman Province, southeastern Iran. This ancient fortress, built primarily of mud, brick, clay and wood, is considered one of the largest adobe structures in the world. It stands as a remarkable symbol of ancient Iranian architecture and a testament to the ingenuity of Persian civilization. Its history stretches back more than 2,000 years, with origins that may date to the Achaemenid period. For centuries, this ancient city was an important trading center along the Silk Road, the legendary network of routes that connected east and west. Aghi Bam was more than just a fortress. It was once a thriving city, complete with homes, workshops, public spaces, and communal living areas. Surrounded by thick defensive walls and watchtowers, it was designed to withstand invasion and protect its people in a harsh environment. The fortress's high walls and strong defensive system reflected not only military strategy, but also the importance of Bam as a center of trade, culture, and daily life. But Aghi Bam also carries the memory of tragedy. On December 26, 2003, a devastating earthquake struck the region, killing thousands and reducing much of the ancient structure to rubble. Yet instead of disappearing forever, Argi-Bam rose again through restoration and international efforts to preserve its legacy. Today, it stands as both a memorial and a monument, a symbol of the enduring strength of Persian culture and one of the most unforgettable landmarks in the story of human civilization. Our journey now takes us to Yazd, one of Iran's most extraordinary desert cities. Located in the heart of Iran's arid central plateau, Yazd is surrounded by a harsh desert environment where daytime temperatures can be intense, while the nights become surprisingly cool. This city is one of the oldest continuously inhabited settlements in the world, and once played a vital role along ancient trade routes connecting distant civilizations. Life here demanded ingenuity. Faced with dry conditions and extreme heat, the people of Yazd developed a way of life that worked in harmony with nature. The city's traditional architecture reflects this brilliance. Its reddish-brown mud brick buildings seem to rise naturally from the desert itself, blending seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. The thick clay walls help keep interiors cool in summer and warm in winter, making them perfectly suited to the desert climate. The narrow, maze-like alleys were designed to shield residents from the burning sun, reduce exposure to dust and sand, and create cooler pathways through the city. As you move through Yazd, every street feels both intimate and mysterious. The city is not only beautiful, it is deeply intelligent in its design. Yazd is also a place where cultures, religions, and centuries of history overlap. Its atmosphere carries the weight of more than 3,000 years of human life, belief, and adaptation. This is a city where the desert did not defeat civilization. It shaped it into something timeless. What do you think of Yazd? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let Tour Guide know. After exploring Yazd, I couldn't let the journey end so soon. So now, I have arrived at Persepolis. Located on the Iranian plateau, Persepolis stands as one of the most powerful symbols of ancient Persia. It is a magnificent testament to the ambition, artistry, and authority of the Achaemenid Empire. Built in the 6th century BC and expanded by successive kings such as Darius the Great, Xerxes, and Artaxerxes, Persepolis was not an ordinary city. It was the ceremonial capital of the Persian Empire, a place created for royal rituals, imperial gatherings, and displays of power. Vast and awe-inspiring, the site covers an enormous stone terrace and was once filled with towering halls, monumental staircases, and richly decorated palaces. Its columns, many still standing today, once supported grand ceremonial spaces. The carvings throughout the site depict lions, bulls, royal guards, and delegations from across the empire, all rendered with extraordinary detail and symbolic meaning. For centuries, Persepolis was a place of prosperity and prestige. But in 330 BC, after Alexander the Great defeated the Persian Empire, the city was set on fire. Many of its wooden structures were destroyed, yet its stone foundations and reliefs survived the devastation. Today, walking among the colossal ruins beneath the dry sun of the Iranian plateau, one does not simply see fallen stones. One sees the memory of an empire that once stretched from the Nile to the Indus. Persepolis is more than an archaeological site. It is a vision of ancient power, luxury, and imperial imagination preserved across millennia. After visiting Persepolis, there is another place no journey through Iran can ignore: Naqsh-e Rustam. Set against a barren rocky cliff beneath a vast open sky, Naqsh-e Rustam feels like a monumental letter carved into the stone of history itself. Its name means "image of Rustam," referring to the legendary hero of Persian mythology. But this site is far more than myth. Naqsh-e Rustam is an extraordinary necropolis and archaeological complex containing royal tombs, inscriptions, and rock reliefs from some of the most powerful rulers of ancient Persia. The most striking feature is the set of tombs carved directly into the cliff face high above the ground. These monumental cross-shaped facades are believed to hold the remains of Achaemenid kings, including Darius the Great. The tombs rise dramatically above the plain, giving the impression that the rulers were placed not just in stone, but in the sky itself. Beneath them, relief carvings depict kings, gods, battles, ceremonies, and symbols of imperial authority. These inscriptions do more than record events. They reveal how the Persians saw themselves: powerful, disciplined, and chosen to rule. From the royal tombs to the elaborate reliefs, every element of Naqsh-e Rustam helps reconstruct the story of a civilization that once dominated much of the known world. This is not merely a royal cemetery, it is a living museum of Persian memory carved into the mountain for eternity. If you love history, ancient art, and legendary stories of power and ambition, Naqsh-e Rustam is an essential stop on the journey through Iran. Amid the wide-open plains of Iran, Pasargadae stands as a symbol of beginnings, not just of a city, but of an empire that once shook the ancient world. Built by Cyrus the Great, Pasargadae was the first capital of the Achaemenid Empire and remains one of the most meaningful sites in Persian history. This was not simply a seat of power, it was the birthplace of an imperial vision. Unlike the monumental grandeur of Persepolis, Pasargadae is quieter and more restrained. Yet in that simplicity lies its depth. Its architecture reflects order, dignity, and an early imperial identity that would influence the Persian world for generations. At the heart of the site stands the tomb of Cyrus the Great, resting on a broad stone platform beneath the open sky. This is the burial place of the ruler who created one of the largest empires of the ancient world. A king remembered not only for conquest, but also for governance, tolerance, and respect for diverse peoples. What makes Pasargadae especially powerful is its harmony between architecture and nature. The gardens that once surrounded the palaces were not merely decorative. They symbolized abundance, order, and the Persian ideal of a cultivated paradise. To walk through Pasar Ghazi is not only to admire an ancient site, it is to step into a philosophy of leadership. Cyrus the Great showed that true power is not only the ability to conquer, but the ability to build peace and command respect. When you enter Pasar Ghazi, you are not simply entering ruins. You are entering the beginning of an imperial idea that changed history. The journey continues with one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world, the Shushtar Historical Hydraulic System, located in Khuzestan province, where the Karun River flows across the land. This extraordinary network of canals, dams, bridges, tunnels and watermills reveals how ancient people mastered water in one of the region's harshest environments. In a land where rainfall could be scarce and heat relentless, water was not simply a resource, it was survival. More than 2,000 years ago, the people of this region created a sophisticated hydraulic system designed to regulate the flow of the Karun River, prevent flooding, and distribute water efficiently to farmland and settlements. This system sustained agriculture, supported daily life, and laid the foundation for a prosperous society. The engineering was astonishingly advanced. Channels diverted water through multiple levels, while dams and terraces controlled pressure and flow. The system worked with the terrain rather than against it, using natural elevation and river movement to maximize efficiency. Water reached fields, mills, and communities through an interconnected design that reflected deep environmental understanding. The people of Shushtar did not impose an artificial order on nature. Instead, they studied it, adapted to it, and built a system that remained effective for generations. Today, the Shushtar Historical Hydraulic System stands not just as an ancient utility, but as a masterpiece of engineering intelligence and human adaptation. Do you think Shushtar deserves recognition as one of the greatest engineering systems of the ancient world? Tell Tour Guide what you think in the comments. I have now arrived at Naqsh-e Jahan Square in Isfahan, one of the most breathtaking urban spaces in the world. The moment you step into this vast square, everything seems to come alive. The open space, the elegant symmetry, the monumental architecture, and the feeling of being surrounded by history all combine into something unforgettable. Built during the reign of Shah Abbas I in the early 17th century, Naqsh-e Jahan Square was designed as the grand center of Safavid power and culture. From the very first glance, it becomes clear that every detail here was carefully planned. This was not just a public square. It was a statement of beauty, order, authority, and artistic ambition. Standing at its center, you realize that Naqsh-e Jahan is not merely a large space surrounded by buildings. It is the architectural expression of a golden age. The square is framed by masterpieces of Persian Islamic art, each structure contributing to a larger vision of harmony and grandeur. Even today, despite the passage of centuries, the spirit of the Safavid era still seems to linger here. The marble, the arches, the domes, the proportions, everything speaks of refinement. Naqsh-e Jahan Square is more than a square. It is a miniature reflection of Persian civilization itself, where art, architecture, culture, and political power were brought together in one magnificent setting. This is one of the places where I felt the power of history most clearly, not just through force, but through beauty. Because the builders of this empire understood that culture and art were among the most powerful foundations of greatness. To conclude my journey through Iran, I chose Bizotun as my final destination. This is not just an archaeological site, it is an open stone archive of human history carved into the face of a mountain. Located in Kermanshah province in western Iran, Bizotun lies along a limestone cliff that has watched over travelers, armies, and civilizations for centuries. Looking up at the rock face, the first thing that strikes you is the scale of the carving and the precision of its detail. The most famous feature here is the monumental inscription of Darius the Great, accompanied by a large relief carved high into the mountainside. The inscription records his victories and his claim to power, and it has become one of the most important historical texts of the ancient world. Its significance goes far beyond Iran. Because it was written in multiple languages, the Bizotun inscription played a crucial role in helping modern scholars decipher cuneiform, much like the Rosetta Stone did for Egyptian hieroglyphs. Recognized by UNESCO for its historical importance, Bizotun is both an artistic and intellectual masterpiece. Every line carved into the mountain carries a message of power, legitimacy, and imperial ambition, and every figure in the relief reflects the skill and vision of ancient Persian artisans who created something so enduring that it still commands awe today. Standing before these inscriptions, you do not simply see an ancient artwork. You see the will, intelligence, and aspirations of a civilization determined to leave its mark on history. Bizotun is a fitting final chapter to this journey through Iran, a place where stone itself became memory. Iran is a country of mountains and deserts, of empires and poetry, of monumental ruins and living traditions. It is a land too often reduced to headlines, yet too deep, too rich, and too human to be understood so simply. From Argi-Bam to Bizotun, from Yazd's desert wisdom to Persepolis's imperial grandeur, this journey has revealed a country shaped by endurance, imagination, and memory. And perhaps that is the true story of Iran. Not just a nation of the past, but a civilization still speaking through its people, its landscapes, and its stones. This has been Tour Guide. If you enjoyed this journey, share your thoughts in the comments and keep exploring the world with us.